Fantasy Football Fallout defense and special teams. We're talking about week 3, who was supposed to play well, who did play well. How does that relate to week 4? And we'll give you our best waiver wire pickups for defense and special teams. If that's all you care about, just click the show notes below. We'd have a timestamp. It'll take you right to it. But what I like to do is I like to look at who was projected to score well. New this week, if you follow this series, I am going to be publishing the RoccoBot Top 10 rankings. These are free rankings for anybody. Again, show notes below. They'll take you right to them. I tell you how to get these earlier in the week. But ESPN versus RoccoBot, the ones in white, as always, are the ones that ESPN and RoccoBot got correct. In order, projected top 10, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Tampa Bay, Indianapolis, San Francisco, the Chargers, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Buffalo, and Chicago for ESPN. RoccoBot had Washington, New England, Pittsburgh, Green Bay, Indianapolis, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, who has not yet played as of the time of this recording, the New York Jets. Can you believe it? The New York Jets? Yikes, that was a bad one. And the Chicago Bears. The New York Jets, Green Bay, New Orleans, obviously a lot of points in that game, neutralized the sacks. Not a lot of turnovers there. And the Jets, I think those are pretty bad projections. But out there, who actually did score in the top 10? Indianapolis, Tampa Bay, New England, Cleveland, San Francisco, Miami, Seattle, Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia. So how did RoccoBot compare to ESPN this week? You can see right down the line, ESPN barely nudged out RoccoBot by a factor of 1 as of the time of this recording. Of course, Monday night, we're going to have to go back in and adjust. There is time for RoccoBot to catch back up. Now, let's talk about awards. The Nut Kick Defense and Special Teams Unit of the Week. Somebody got me good. Who was it? Indianapolis. Now, I thought actually that all the defenses played about on schedule of where I would have expected them to play personally. I know RoccoBot had like the Jets projected up there. I would have stayed away from that. I would have stayed far away from that one. The Jets, I think they're crumbling at this point. But man, if you had the misfortune of running against a team that was starting the Colts against the Jets, you really got nailed this week. So I feel sorry for you. That might have happened to me. I know I lost my game, or most likely lost my game. I have a couple players going tomorrow night, but it's not looking good for me. I bet you I probably ran into Indianapolis. I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean, sometimes the stars align. Indianapolis is a really good defense to start with, and they play the Jets, who are reeling, and there are injuries. Oh, that was a bad combination. So, by the way, if somebody got you, comment below. I want to know who got you. Did you expect more from the Buffalo Bills this week or somebody else like that? Comment below. I'd like to hear it. The I'm Watching You award now, the Chicago Bears. Look, this isn't the 2019 Chicago Bears. They're more like the 2018 Chicago Bears. I've been saying this all offseason. Last year in 2019, there was a reason that this unit took a step backward, and that was because their coach, Fangio, went over to be the head coach of the Denver Broncos. They have a new coach come in Pagano. He's a very good defensive coordinator, but it takes time for the defensive players to learn the system and vice versa. I know they're similar systems, but there still has to be a melding there. This year, they're better. I liked them more. And now with the idea that Nick Foles could be playing quarterback for the Chicago Bears, the Bears defense is going to be better rested because Foles is going to extend more drives. He's going to convert more third downs. They're going to be a better offensive team, which helps the Bears defensively be rested. Not only that, but if they have more leads, then they can rush the passer more, generate more turnovers, generate more sacks. The Bears are somebody that should be on your radar. I don't like them every week because they have a tough schedule, but they should be on your radar. To that end, let's talk about best waiver wire defenses. You'll notice the Bears are on my list this week. I don't love the matchup next week, but I do have the LA Rams, who are only owned in 20% of leagues. They play the reeling New York Giants this week. It's going to take a while for the Giants to adjust with Saquon Barkley out. I love the Rams. You know they can generate a pass rush with Aaron Donald there. This is not going to be good for the Giants. Rams coming off a loss, so you know they're going to be tuned up as well. Going to be a tough one. So I love the Rams this week as my favorite stream play. I like Denver. I think that their defense is tougher than advertised. I like this Denver defense. Again, I was just talking about Fangio and his effect on leaving Chicago last year, going to Denver. Denver's defense is pretty solid, and they're playing the New York Jets this week. It's a pretty good indication that Denver's going to score pretty well. I believe that's a Thursday night game, so move quick. Seattle, 24.8% owned. It's not because they're playing Miami. I actually think Miami's better than a lot of people think they are. But Seattle, they've had some injuries. They've had players in and out. We'll see what the injury to Adams is going to look like. Seattle's been giving up points, so I don't love it. But they're an opportunistic defense. Miami, I don't know. That could be a little bit more of an interesting matchup. I'm curious to see what the line is going to be on that one. And then lastly, here's the gulp. Gulp, you're right. New York Jets versus Denver. Oh, I hate to say it, but look, Denver didn't look good this week offensively. Jeff Driscoll, is he the guy? You know, Greg Williams likes to blitz. This is a huge risk. This would be, to me, more like a daily fantasy. If you have no money left and you need a defense, maybe you take a chance on the Jets because you figure you'll get some sacks. Maybe you'll get some turnovers, but I don't like it, especially when you have the Rams and the Broncos available. Just pick between these two teams. You can stream either one of those teams and play them. And Seattle, I think, has season-long prospects. They could be a pretty good defense for you. They just haven't been keeping teams out of the end zone lately, so I'd like to see a little bit more. They'll get better, and you have Russell Wilson throwing the ball like a madman, on pace for over close to 75 touchdowns, over 70 touchdowns still so far this year. 14 touchdown passes to start the year, on fire, against some pretty good teams, mind you. So Seattle, I like them. Gosh, that Jets. I hate to even list them, but that's about all I have. That's about all I have. Most of the other good defenses against good matchups this week already taken, and then a lot of the kind of the sneaky defenses are playing really good offensive teams, so I'm kind of staying away from this week. So there you go. Kind of ignoring number 4. I think there should be like a line through it, but the top 3 there I think are pretty viable defenses, especially the top 2 nice stream defenses for you. As we always do, check out the other positions: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Please comment, like, subscribe. Which defense really got you? What was the gut punch? What was the crotch kick defense for you, whether it was one of your defenses that you had, whether it was a defensive matchup that you came up against and they just had a lot of points. Did you play Indianapolis this week? I hope for your sake you did not. Hey, everybody, have a great week. Thanks. We'll catch you again soon.